Heavy rains over the past couple of days caused a culvert in Jackman to give way this morning, leading police to close a section of Route 6. And that's going to be a big headache for some people.
Here's why. Anyone on the west side of the barricade can still drive the half-mile into town. But for those on the east side of the roadblock, getting to town will mean driving east and south through Greenville and Abbott, then west to Bingham, then back north on Route 201 to Jackman, a detour of 143 miles.
Kind of makes me want to stop whining about the bottleneck on High in Congress.
Yeah, that's not ideal for sure. Hopefully they get that fixed relatively quickly. Guys, again today, another backdoor cold front. It's wild. It's like to go from 91 to 66 is.
And again, to do it 2 days in a row is really astounding.
Usually we do it once and get it over with, but we did it twice, which was kind of an interesting. If you like the heat, you got a half day in, so that was nice. And let's take a look at this temperature trend throughout the day. This is 6 in the morning. It was 67. We got to 72 at 8:40. It's cloudy still over a lot of the state, and thinking, man, maybe my 90-degree forecast isn't going to work out. And then, bam, we popped up to 91 at noon, and then the backdoor cold front came through, and we're back down to 66. I was kind of waxing about, like, think of what kind of clothing do you wear to prepare for a day like this? To go from 91 to 66, that's a totally different set of clothing for most people. Either way, that's what happened with the backdoor cold front. A couple of showers out there, not a whole lot of activity. These showers popped up just on the other side of the backdoor cold front out towards Sebago, so these will drift towards Bath, Brunswick, probably just north of Portland. But that right there, that little echo moving backwards, that's actually your backdoor cold front coming through. So it went farther than it did yesterday. It got through Sanford, whereas yesterday kind of left them stranded. They were still hot. Cloudy tonight, temperatures in the 60s, still a little sticky. So the humidity is not going to be gone until probably Friday morning for most of us. Sticky but cooler, temperatures in the 60s. And then tomorrow's generally a cloudy day with isolated sprinkles, and we get to around 70 degrees. So significantly cooler here. The sprinkles, I think, are very light, so I wouldn't get rid of outdoor plans unless it's like painting a house or something like that where you can't afford any showers. I think most of us will be fine. And then Thursday, we wait for this front to come through. So it's a mixture of sun and clouds to start on Thursday. We get warmer than we do tomorrow. We should be able to get into the mid and upper 70s. And then a thin line of thunderstorms comes through in the afternoon, and that signals the actual change in air mass that we'll feel on Friday and into the weekend. And after that front comes through, I don't see a lot of humidity, and I definitely don't see a lot of heat for the next 7 to 10 days. So if you haven't enjoyed this stretch of heat and humidity, we're going to get a pretty big break as far as that's concerned. So rain chances tomorrow, not high but consistent. A lot of clouds around, about a 20-25% chance of a shower really throughout much of the day. Big pattern change on the way for next week. We trough out, we get cooler, a little cooler than average, mid to late next week, which also will promote a chance for some legitimate rain. I don't want to jinx it because we need it, but that pattern is good to get maybe an actual day or maybe even a day and a half of rain. So we'll see. It's beyond the 7-day, but I thought it was worth mentioning. The weekend in between, by the way, nice, upper 70s to around 80 degrees. Overnight lows, though, in the 50s, dew points in the 50s as well, so it'll be a totally different feel. But I think nice reset here, got 7 to 10 days where there's no heat at least, and then we'll assess on the other side of that.
Big change, because we had about 3 weeks solid of every day over 80 degrees and sometimes a lot over in Portland.
Peak summer for a while. We'll just take a little step back. I don't think we're done by any stretch. We always have a couple more in us.
Thanks, Keith.